Welcome to the world of Chinese mythology, and for the next 6 minutes you'll basically know everything there is to know about Chinese mythology. Well, at least 4 minutes.
Today we're going to talk about how many different creatures there are there, why were the creatures created, what are the most popular mythical creatures, and how do the creatures of Chinese mythology affect Chinese culture today.
Also, at the end of this presentation we will be playing a game, so pay attention.
The first question we have today is how many different creatures are there? And which of the creatures were the most influential to the Chinese mythology? We will be talking about the top 5 mythological creatures, but before that, here are all of the Chinese mythological creatures. Ayu, Azure Dragon, Baiza, Baku, Baish, Bixi, Black Tortoise, Qi, Chinese Dragon, 9 Sons of the Dragon, Chinese Guardian Lions, Denglong, Filong, Feng, Fengqi, Hong, Hulijin, Zhengxi, Jililong, Jinchen, Jiliwang, Qi, Longma, Mogwai, Nian, Nine-Headed Bird, Panlong, Pang, Panghu, Pixiu, Qilin, Qinganu, Qilong, Shen, Sheju, Xinziu, Tati, Tiang, Tangu, Tilong, Verlan Bird, Wanglihing, Water Monkey, White Tiger, Zagzu, Zigji, Xintan, Yellow Dragon, Yirin, Yinglong, Zanyu, Zulong, and finally Zuyu. The top 5 creatures that had the biggest influence on Chinese mythology are: Number 5. Feng Huang. Feng Huang, or Phoenix, is one of the 5 most famous Chinese mythical creatures. It symbolizes sun, warmth, summer, and harvest. Feng Huang is said to be born of fire and is considered the emperor of all birds. A pair of male and female Feng Huang together is a symbol of everlasting love, and is also the emblem of the Empress of China. Number 4. Kuai. Kuai is a one-legged ox beast in the Chinese mythology. It was born in the Liwu Mountains on the East China Sea, and has an appearance of a cow with a gray body. When the storm is about to come, its body will shine like sunlight and will roar like thunder. Later, after the storm, the Yellow Emperor uses its fur to make a drum, and the drum beat could be heard 500 light years away. Number 3. Bais. In Chinese mythology, the Bais is a kind of snow-white colored creature living in the Kunlun Mountains, and is able to speak human language. It can understand the nature of all living things. This mythical creature is rarely spotted unless the nation is ruled by a wise ruler. Number 2. Pixiu. Pixiu is a symbol of bringing wealth from all directions. It can also drive evils away and bring in good luck. In ancient China, it is also believed to be a kind of fierce beast, and is used as a term for brave troops. Number 1. The Chinese Dragon. Chinese dragons are very common legendary creatures in the Chinese culture. In China, dragons are usually portrayed as long, scaled, and 4-legged creatures. Chinese dragons traditionally stand for might and strength. The dragon is also a symbol of good fortune and a sign of power. Hence, the Emperor of China usually uses a dragon as a symbol for his imperial power. Here are a few facts to let you better understand the Chinese mythology. Chinese mythical creatures weren't made to hurt anyone. They were there to protect the innocent. They say a guy named Pangu was the first one on Earth, and he was inside an eggshell. After 18,000 years later, he woke up and broke out of the eggshell. Pangu grew 10 feet a day, so you can imagine the shell grew with him. They called the upper part of the shell, which was the sky, the yin, and the lower part of the shell, which was the earth, was called the yang, and that is how they created the yin and yang. Each dragon was unique in his or her own way, from shooting out fire to making it rain whenever he or she wants to. But they were there to save and bring the Chinese together, not to destroy all of their land and take it over. The nice and good dragons are called the Eastern dragons. But on the other hand, there are Western dragons, which were totally opposite. They did try to take over the world with their powers. These dragons attacked the eastern side with certain gods that should not be called gods, that wanted the world to themselves. All of these dragons were all found or created in China. They were rather created on the east side, and they were usually the good dragons that helped the humans. But if they were born on the west side, they were trained to kill and take over the land. Dragons are the biggest mythical creature for the Chinese that you will ever find. These dragons earned a spot on the zodiac, which is a wheel of 12 different animals, and each animal represents a character trait or a certain thing that happens more in these years. On the zodiac wheel, they describe dragons as lucky, imaginative, artistic, and spiritual. As you can see, the dragons are a very important creature to the Chinese and have a lot of meaning behind them. Now we will be talking about why dragons are so popular in the Chinese mythology. The Chinese dragon is so popular because it is a fearsome and legendary opponent. Unlike the dragons in the European mythology, these dragons are protectors and associated with wealth and prosperity. These were sacred creatures and worshipped by the people of China. The dragon was part of the yin and yang. Even the bed of the emperor was called the dragon bed, and the throne was called the dragon's seat. The Chinese dragon was referred as Lung. Lung could do almost everything, from living down in the bottom depths of the lake or sea, to flying high into the sky. Lung was a very gracious creature, and soon learned the power within himself. Dragons are more often paired with the number 9, for it is the number of the emperor.
We hoped you enjoyed our presentation, and we hoped you learned a few things.
Well, let's just hope they remembered a few things, because now it's game time.